start intro music?
I hated it.
Usually it's like do, so we usually jam out, but that was different.
Usually much more uplifting. That was
we were just like
that was like being put on hold. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, all right, gonna find a rhythm here.
In an elevator right now. Okay.
Yes. Oh, it's like music. Right on the dot. I love it. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Broadway Fan Club podcast. As per usual, I am your very talkative host, Heather. Amber is to your right and my left. See, that's how that works. And then below us, we have some really extra special guests. We've got Lara and we have Benji, and their faces might look very familiar because Benji got down on one knee in the middle of Romeo and Juliet on stage. And yeah, I need to hear all the things, but first we need to see the ring.
Yes.
We're close enough. Bring it closer to the camera. Yes, bling, bling, bling. Okay, good. Congratulations. Well, yes.
Yes.
So, I want to hear like the whole thing. I've done like wedding planning and stuff in my past lives, and I think our viewers are going to want to hear like, one, Laura, did you know that this was going to happen at all? Do you have any clue? She's giggling. Oh, they're both giggling.
It's funny. It's just funny because this is like a very important question for a lot of people. But I had a feeling something was going on. I didn't know what.
Well, you guys came from California to New York.
Yes, we were on vacation.
Yeah, that's a pretty big vacation. Okay.
Yes. But I could sense like an energy shift in Benji, like throughout the day, like probably some nerves that he will say he was doing a very good job of covering up.
I love
it. But something was going on, and so we were basically like rushed to get ready for the show, and Benji was really making sure I had time to get ready, and I was like, interesting, like this is not usually a priority, but like I'll have time to curl my hair, like this will be fine.
Yeah. Did you have your nails done? That's like every girl's thing is like, oh my God, I didn't even have my nails done. And I'm like,
I did have my nails done. My friend actually took me like 10 miles away to an open nail salon the day we got them done. So that was another thing that I was like,
how convenient. So Benji had this like fully planned out in the back end.
Everybody did. Everybody knew.
Okay.
Yeah, there was some collusion from a lot of our friends to make sure that it was all good.
I love that. Okay, and then
Benji a planner. Like,
yes,
love that.
I mean, it's hard to, and I'm going to show everybody the video in just a second because even if you just Google Romeo and Juliet Broadway proposal, there's like hundreds of videos and Inside Edition just did this little special.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, thank you for gracing us with your presence here. Like as I die, the minute that this happened, and I'm like, oh my God, they're adorable. I literally messaged Amber like the minute I saw this. I was like, I want them on the podcast. Well, because you both. Go ahead.
When Romeo and Juliet, I was like, we got them. Their socials are posted.
Here we are.
Well, we're so happy to hear. So I'm going to show this video. Should I show? I guess I'll show the Inside Edition video if you guys are good with that.
Sure.
Let me. That way people can be like in it with you. Here, hold on. Oh no! Stop running automatic. Okay. Gotta love technology here. Stop it. Oh, I'm now frozen in the video. I'm literally just zoomed into Benji's arm. Okay.
Oh no.
Stand by.
It's a nice arm, but I don't think that's what
it's a great arm, and I love how you guys are dressed. I cannot wait.
Thank you. That was also planned.
It was.
I am not surprised at all. All right, can we see here? Let's do this. Let's watch. I'm gonna start it like really from the beginning. Okay, and
our first act started on the stage, so it's only fair that our next act does
Marriage proposal on Valentine's Day. This special one taking place on a Broadway stage in New York City, where Romeo and Juliet was playing, starring Kit Connor and Rachel Zegler as the ill-fated star-crossed lovers.
We really wanted to do something cool for two very lucky people in the audience.
After the show ended, Zegler called the couple on stage.
I know those seats exist. I work here.
That's when Benji Kaufman got down on bended knee.
I just want to say this in front of 700 of our now closest friends.
And popped the question to girlfriend Laura Lafferty.
Laura, what were you thinking at that time?
Well, it's funny because I just had a feeling something was happening. I didn't know what was happening specifically, but he actually was a little nervous all day, at least in my eyes, because I know him really well.
Planning the surprise started back in December, 10 years after the pair from Los Angeles first met doing theater. A few emails with the play's production all led to this big moment on stage.
Were you nervous to go on stage in front of the entire Broadway theater?
You know, it's funny. I was nervous during the death scene of the show because I knew, it's going to happen in like 5 minutes. But as soon as I got on the stage, I think all the nerves kind of left me because it's like I'm comfortable up there in a weird sense.
And then you had the cast sitting around you cheering. You had the whole audience cheering. It's Valentine's Day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was the part I think that overwhelmed me because not only was I being proposed to, I was starstruck. So I was like, Rachel Zegler is talking to me right now. She's bringing me up on stage. Kit Connor's sitting right behind me.
I do want to ask, because we are talking about two star-crossed lovers here. We know what happens at the end of Romeo and Juliet. Weird clip for them.
Yes, I alluded to that in the proposal speech that, she loves tragic love stories.
I mean, you're the Juliet to my Romeo, the Rose to my Jack, the Demi Moore to my Patrick Swayze.
I think that it's important to note that we know our love story will have a happy ending. But yeah, I mean, Romeo and Juliet is like the greatest love story of all time.
No plague upon their houses here.
My bounty is as boundless as the sea.
Their love forever sealed with a kiss. I'm Lee Sheps for Inside Edition Digital.
I freaking love that so much. What was it like to get obviously we're cool, but what was it like to Inside Edition be like, hey, so can we talk to you guys about your proposal?
We were still on vacation too.
Yeah.
Oh god, it was just
yeah, we shot that in my uncle's basement in Rhode
Island.
God.
I was like, it's a nice dresser. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
On the floor.
Yeah.
Well, it's really go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I mean, it's pretty cool because we're not very we don't publicize our relationship a lot.
Shall we? Yeah.
I think it was just really special that we got to talk about just our love and celebrate and have other people celebrate it as well. Yeah.
I really do. And it comes through. I want to hear okay, so you're okay, we got tickets for the other side of the country to Romeo and Juliet. Rachel Zegler, Kit Connor, Romeo and Juliet. This is perfect. And you're I'm going to propose. Is that what?
So first off, we've been together 10 years.
Right.
We always talked about we didn't want to get married until we were in our 30s.
Sure.
And Laura
just turned 30.
She turned 30 last month. So
did it drive you crazy if Inside Edition kept saying Laura? Because I know we talked about
well, again, I'm used to it. But
no. Okay, yeah. So you just turned 30 and Benji's gotta put the ring on now.
He's I'm ready.
Yeah.
He's
So I had always, because I never I said it in my speech when I proposed, is that I never asked her to be my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But I had told her I loved her. So in my head I was like, oh, is that not enough?
Yeah. People don't ask usually is this a thing? Yeah, this is a thing. Okay, great.
Yeah. We were sitting in a Sonic drive-through and she's like, so what are we?
So we made it official in a Sonic drive-through.
Yeah.
So then I think we
with that. Celebrate with a cherry limeade.
Yeah,
actually, yes.
I love Sonic cherry limeade.
So what we're saying is we have to get you a sponsorship with Sonic. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Sonic should cater the wedding.
Yes.
Sonic.
So I told her that when I proposed, it was going to be a production. because I never asked her to be my girlfriend, so I would have to go over the top.
So he warned you. Okay, noted.
Yeah. So I had been like thinking of ideas for like a few years now of what kind of big thing I can do. And then my original idea didn't work out, which
what was your original idea?
So one of her favorite bands is Bleachers.
Okay.
Also Jack Antonoff, who did the music for Romeo and Juliet.
So,
so they have a song called Let's Get Married.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying very hard to find a way to get on stage to sing that song to her and propose that way. But
Cheyenne says hashtag sponsored by Sonic.
Incredible. Thank you, Cheyenne.
If anybody out there works for Sonic corporate, let us know.
Oh, don't you worry. I'll have 1.5 billion people are we're gonna find Sonic for you.
So I wanted to do a Bleachers concert, but that didn't work out. And then when we decided we were going to New York, I have a friend who has a friend who we were able to get like house seats for Romeo and Juliet just because it was closing weekend and it was so expensive.
Yes, it was. People were selling tickets for like in the thousands. Like we didn't pay that for our tickets at all. And Amber's like, oh man, I don't even, where are they going to put us? Are they going to put us on the roof? Like, where are they going to keep us? Because the show is like sold out.
Yeah, there were people like after we had gotten out, there were people who were already lined up, like in sleeping bags, trying to get rush tickets the next day.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. So I was talking to this person about getting house tickets, and then I just floated the idea. I was like, hey, I don't know if this is possible, but like I would love to propose to my girlfriend on stage. Is that something that could happen? And she was all about it. And so she sent it out to the production team and to the theater, and everybody was immediately on board. So it just then for the next 2 months, lots of emails, lots of Zoom calls.
And hiding stuff. It's great.
Lots of hiding. It's hard because like she's my best friend. And I just like wanted to like talk about it because I was so
You're like, oh my God, you will never guess what I got permission to do.
It's like I just got off a Zoom call with the entire production team
of Romeo and
Juliet. I just want to be like, yo, you don't understand. It's gonna be so cool. And I couldn't. So just a lot of planning and a lot of luck went into it. And
when it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Oh, it's so exciting. And it just, it's sweet because it's Valentine's Day. It's so romantic, but like in the middle of like all of these people. And Rachel Zegler looks like she's like knee-high to a grasshopper, like so tiny. But the thing that made me laugh is it's literally like the death scene. So she's covered in blood and she's like, oh, I work here. And I'm like, oh my God. But just so many different angles. And now your proposal is like, you're never going to not be have a way of being able to see it. Like a lot of people are like hiring photographers to take like that, whatever, and make sure that it's like really memorialized. And now you guys just can't escape it ever. Like you're going to have to get like married on the moon or something.
No, I know. I was like, how do we raise the bar now?
I don't know.
Oh, right. We were so lucky that the R&J team like hired a photographer, and
I saw that
they wanted they wanted to capture it as much as we did. And so I was just so grateful to everybody involved.
But did you win a bear out of the crane machine?
I didn't even know there was a crane machine because I
didn't either.
I was like, so I think before the show I was trying to find the coat check because the production manager was like, you need to check your coats so that they're not sitting at your seats.
I forgot about
after the
that.
show. So I was running around for like 15.
So stressed out of it. Like I was like, we can hold our jackets. It's okay.
And you're like, no, we have to get a check.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hear Amber's foster cat is meowing.
Oh my!
Was that the baby?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Mama clearly is not happy that
Her
I'm
dog is like barking
You
now.
brought the baby out, so this is your dog.
we like fur tags here. Bring the dog out.
I call the baby Herbie, and I call her Mama Rose for joy.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at the puppy. Hi, puppy. Who is
This
this?
is Toby.
Hi, Toby. Oh, so cute. I love that Toby's fur matches your hair.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I look over and she's taking the baby out of the maternity ward and just like playing with him.
She kicked the baby out. Okay, noted. Bye, Toby. You missed Toby. You missed a lot of Toby.
I got to see. I saw.
Yes, we like our fur tags here because Amber's always fostering different animals, so it's great.
Oh.
Now after were you guys like, did this just happen? Like, oh my god, or was it like, yes, cool, like we just did that?
No. I had like a defense mechanism of like blacking out for like the minute Rachel called our seats. I knew what was happening. Like, I don't know how, but I did.
So what was the setup though? Because all I've seen in the clips is like, I know these two seats exist, and I'm like,
she said, what did she say? She said
They have a special.
we have a very
Valentine's
special
Day.
surprise for 2 people in our audience.
oh, okay,
And then she just went straight to calling the seats.
okay.
And then I knew it was our seats, and I just sat there like I didn't.
You're like,
I was like, I know what's happening, and I'm not like, like my body wouldn't move.
Oh, and you did the immediate like getting proposed to face.
I was just like,
I
I don't know. And then at that
any
point, I was very like chill.
Yeah. I think you both handled it really well. And I can tell that the minute you get on stage, you're like, I'm here. I'm good. I know my lines. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's-
And then I think when he started like giving his speech is when I started like crying and getting overwhelmed. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of get put into a spot. He's lucky he knew you were going to say yes after 10 years, you know?
Yeah. But I'm also 700 people are looking at me, and I'm starstruck, and I'm getting proposed to.
Yeah.
So it's like,
good job,
my brain
Benji.
was just like,
Thanks.
my brain's like off. You're not gonna work.
Well, so now technically you both had your Broadway debut though, because you've been on a Broadway stage.
Absolutely.
We did.
It's funny. After it happened, she was like, "So can I put this on my resume?"
Yes,
I
you
will
sure
be
can.
putting it on my resume.
Yeah.
Yes, you sure can. I have officially made my Broadway and my off-Broadway debut because I've been on both stages. Just,
Oh my god.
just visiting people. But oh, that's great. Well, we're gonna, as soon as Amber gets back, we'll get into Broadway news. And we're excited. There she is. Welcome back. Hello. She I saw the face.
I went to unmute myself and I unremoved from the stage.
She's just like a hopeless romantic. She's like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm gonna leave and cry.
Yeah, I was like, that's
Well, let's hop
exciting.
into some Broadway news and talk some theater and like learn more about our new friends. Like, I'm excited for it, and it's adorable because you guys are like, we'll see if we can keep. You're gonna be just fine. We've already been doing this 20 minutes. Like, let's be
Yeah.
real.
Fair.
Yeah. This is
All
just
right.
this is just hangout time.
So we've had some crazy things happening in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Today alone, Samantha Polly announced that she was going to be out on a medical leave in Great Gatsby due to an injury, which is really sad. You know, we hope she gets well. She's an integral part of that show. Have you guys seen Gatsby?
We haven't. No, I'm a big fan of the book and the movie, though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a
What else did
really
you guys
fun
see?
show.
And what did you guys see on top of Romeo and Juliet for the trip?
We saw Death Becomes Her
Oh.
and Cursed Child.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very
all right.
cool.
And what did we think about both?
I thought Death Becomes Her was
We love
so much fun.
Death Becomes Her.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
favorite song of Death Becomes Her?
The classic, like doing
For the
it.
gays, or
It
Oh,
has
the
to
gays.
be.
Yeah.
It was a showstopper.
Oh man,
It-
I think I was
it's
crying.
so
I was laughing
funny.
so hard.
so Amber and I went into the city on Halloween to go see Death Becomes Her on Halloween.
Oh my.
Now I
God.
live in Florida,
fun.
Amber is in Connecticut, and we put together ball gowns to match like the Chicago run, like pre-run costumes. And we ran through Times Square in ball gowns.
Oh my gosh.
And I sat in a seat with a corset on. So
Oh jeez.
It was
Fun.
very fun.
it was very fun. And like having to squish the gallons on top of it. It was It's a great experience.
Those were some tight seats in there.
They were some tight
There are
seats.
some tight seats in that theater, but that's also where Sweeney Todd was. So we were used to it. Yeah, the line. All the spooky. I like that there's more spooky shows coming out, like Dead Outlaw. I was talking to Jim about it, my buddy Jim Abbott, about that today. Like it's going to be like the Sleeper Tony show. Like I think people are going to see it. Do you guys know about Dead Outlaw?
Well, we saw like the posters and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
It looks.
So it was off Broadway. Now it's moving to Belonging, right, Amber?
Yes.
And it's based off of a historical thing where it was a sideshow attraction where they would take around a corpse of a cowboy. And yep.
That sounds awesome.
We love dark shows. Like that sounds great.
Same. And Cursed Child is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Amber, you saw it in the 2-part, right?
Cool in that one, yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, we went to London a few years ago and we were going to see it back when it was still 2 parts, and then it was just too expensive.
Yeah, I wish we had seen it as 2 parts. I feel like it would be really
There's
great.
a little bit that you missed from what I've been told. I saw it in 1 part, and I mean it was still a long show, and then the switch in the middle was like really cool to see, but I heard like it was like really extensive once it was the 2 shows. So
Yeah.
All right, so Sam Polly's out because she got hurt.
I'm just gonna give us our next news. Goldie Hawn, the original Helen Sharp, visited Death Becomes Her the other day. That was very cool.
They've been getting a lot of the original cast there.
Also celebrated 100 performances.
Oh wow!
So congratulations to them.
That's especially this season, it seems to be really hard to accomplish that.
Yeah, but Death Becomes Her is going strong. People are loving the show. Yeah, they're doing great.
Yeah.
Next up, Bebe Neuwirth is setting her final bow in Cabaret, along with a couple of other stars.
No, I was kind of expecting that.
Lauren Lester, Alice Cohn-Burrett. All leaving March 29th.
Yeah. And but they're making room for like the new cast coming through is going to be Orville Peck and oh my God, my brain just went completely. I was like, and Eva was supposed to be on the Broadway cruise last year and couldn't because she went into Gatsby, and then she was supposed to be on the Broadway cruise this year and can't because she's going in a Cabaret. So, but it's interesting. But Bebe has been there the entire time. And it's been just kind of a really cool run. So have you guys ever seen Bebe in anything?
No, but we were actually going to go see Cabaret when we were out there.
You didn't see? Oh, you're going to have to come back and see it.
That's one of our favorites. We are.
Well, because like Cursed Child is playing out in LA right now. And so we were like, we should have just seen it here and seen Cabaret while we were out there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's different wherever you see it. Speaking of different wherever you see it, I saw a Cabaret here in Orlando yesterday. I did the matinee at the Orlando Shakespeare Theater. And I was kind of like, I don't know, have you guys ever seen a production of it?
Not a good one.
Yeah. So I kind of walked in skeptical because Orlando Theater can be like either whoa, or it could be like, yeah. But I had been hearing great reviews, and it's a really hard IP to get here in Central Florida. And they like dress the entire like full theater as you walk in, and it was like full set design, not Tom Scott level, but close. But it was so well done. The problem being, and it's not even a problem, like in New York or even in London, if you don't like the show, you're sitting there. But a lot of the people got really uncomfortable at the end of Act 1 and left, or even just during Act 1 and up and left. Like, that's crazy. And a lot of people didn't come back from intermission. And I was having a lovely conversation with the lady next to me. And I said, yeah, I guess they weren't comfortable enough with things. She goes, but that's it. Theater's not supposed to make you comfortable. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. You're not allowed to be comfortable anymore. Mm-hmm. And I was like, ooh, I like that. I'm going to talk about that on the podcast. Because I think it's like, it's okay to be uncomfortable. And if it makes you think and makes you have this conversation afterwards with it, you're just going, I need like a moment to myself to kind of woosah and decompress. Like, I didn't leave the theater until like 30 minutes after the show, talking to friends and everybody's hugging each other. It was very emotional ride. And they ended it in a way, I won't spoil it for anybody, but they ended it in a way that was, I don't know, Amber, you know how they ended it. Should I talk about it?
I don't think it's spoiling. It's cabaret. It's like,
it was a very, I've never seen it done like this. They had, so traditionally with cabaret, everybody, including the MC, turns essentially as a Nazi or becomes part of like the German culture of it. And it's hinted at during the show, but this MC particularly was like flipping them off when things were happening, or like the Kit Kat Club dancers, like the girls were like doing things they weren't supposed to. And then at the very end, everybody gets like the colored triangle, like during the Holocaust. And we're like, oh, okay, all right. And so like everybody is literally going onto the train. It starts off with, just them walking solemnly. And the MC then strips down out of one of his like MC outfits, and he's in the black and white striped pajamas with like the Auschwitz number. And he walks into a gas chamber. And then from the center of the stage on this lift, because they started it with just his shoe, which was like the old school with like the cuff. Can't remember the name of the cuff is right now. This is concussion brain at its best. But they started with just his shoe on stage. And then at the end, it was very much like Ellis Island, where it was like shoes and like bags, and his shoe was on top. It ended very much like Phantom with like just the pin light right on it.
It sounds very similar to the Mendes Cabaret with Alan Cumming, where in the end he ends up in the uniform with the triangle. And
it was really well done. I wish people would have stayed and felt uncomfortable, but I can tell you the people that did stay, there was not a dry eye in the house. It was really beautifully done. There's been a lot of good local theater that's happening. I even got to see a show that Amber and I have been talking about for a while, because it's one of our popular bracelets on our Etsy shop. And it was Ride the Cyclone. Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever seen it?
No.
You like dark and weird?
I know.
Okay. There might be a slime tutorial if you're into that thing on YouTube.
Okay.
It's definitely worth it. It's a very crazy show, but I saw it here at Theater South and like left our interview on Saturday with Remy and Yair from Drag, the musical, to go volunteer for like 20 minutes to go see the show. And I'm just like, this is in my backyard. This is so much talent. It was really wonderful.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. What was the last show you guys have done? Are you guys working on shows now?
So the last show we did was it was called Home Alonely Hearts Club Band.
Okay, go on.
And it was Home Alone with the music of the Beatles. So
please tell me there's like some kind of recording of this.
I don't know.
I think
I would assume there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's this company called the Trubies, which is a clown company in LA.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah, and they've been doing shows for like 30 something years. But they do a Christmas show every year where they like take a Christmas movie and then they put it on stage and
that's amazing.
Tie in some sort of music.
Right.
Like they've done A Year Without a Santana Claus, Die Hard.
All right, so what you're saying is we're gonna go to Amber. We're gonna take like a work trip to California.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had
A lot of fun.
Yeah. So it was Home Alone. I was John Candy's character, the polka guy.
I love that's my favorite character in Home Alone. It's like so niche. Every time I'm always like the Polka King, and they're like, "Who are you talking about?" I'm like, "From Home Alone."
Yes.
Diane says, she even reiterates, there needs to be a recording of that.
I'm going to inquire about that because I would love to watch that.
Yeah, I would love to see that too. We will play it for them. And Laura, you were saying that you're working on something special right now too. We can talk about that a little bit.
So, last summer, my friend and I decided to recreate the Taylor Swift Eras Tour at home. Okay. For fun.
It was also pretty expensive tickets, so why not?
Right. And we honestly did it for fun. I did it to test my vocal producing skills because I recorded a bunch of background harmonies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And we did it and it ended up blowing up on, on the internet. And then we had the opportunity this last month to perform it live in the theater. So we re-choreographed some things and we staged it in a theater, and we just closed that at the beginning of the month. And we have a video of the show that we just live premiered this last weekend.
That's awesome.
So we're going to be giving live access to that. You can grab a virtual ticket and watch it if you want. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
And now I know you gave us a couple of socials. So if you go to Instagram,
yes,
is it the Era Tour at Home? The at
yes,
Era's Tour at Home?
You can find the links to the tickets on my Music by Lara or on that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so for those of you just listening and not being able to watch right now, it's at Music by Lara, Lara, or you can go at Era's Tour at Home. And then if you feel like following Benji too, you can.
Follow Benji.
Because that's how I got them on the show. It's great. BenjikaUFS. And of course their socials are all over the place. Yeah, I think it's so much fun. And so you learn something new about your skills. Mm-hmm. And now it's like a passion project of yours. It's a lot of fun.
For sure. It's been a lot of fun. And we're already talking about like what other artist concerts can we recreate like for fun? So Elton it might John. Turn into a thing. I don't know.
Elton John, 100%. And like get a hoverboard and figure out a way to put the keyboard on the hoverboard and
yes.
Oh, they think I'm kidding. At Disney Springs, we have a roaming piano. It will work.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like literally, they're like at Disney Springs. I point this way because that's out the window towards Disney Springs. Disney Springs, right there. Don't you guys see it? But they have like roaming piano players around the holidays, and it's literally like an upright piano. And I don't know if there's somebody. It's magic, Disney magic. I don't know if there's someone controlling it like on an iPad where it's driving, but they're literally playing music and like going in and out of shops, and it's so cool. Wow. But that's how Elton John's been doing his tours
cool.
with a roaming piano.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think we have the budget for that.
I mean, there's always a way to make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cheyenne is very all about this, so I'm going to keep posting it. Cowboy Carter.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Amber, what's next on news?
Next up is bad news. The Louis Armstrong biomusical Wonderful World did close on Broadway on the 23rd. It's very sad.
Yeah.
We were sad to see it go. That was starring James Monroe Englehart. And, you know, it did do a wonderful job playing the shows that it played. I think
it was a read the room moment. I don't think there's been a couple of shows where I think that there's some really incredible shows out there, but again, discussions I've had a very long 2 weeks of just full on like production stuff, and it's been great. But it's very much do people, and you know, I'm going to pose this question to our followers and to our viewers and to you guys too. Do you like a traditional, like old school Broadway performance, or do you need something big and flashy? And I like the biopics. Like, I think that's really cool where you can learn about somebody's life in a very unique way and have a really talented cast. But I don't think that's what's selling right now. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of true stories on the stage. Like, I was even really excited to see that they're bringing back Floyd Collins.
Yeah,
I directed a production.
You run that group too.
Yeah, so I like that's up my like. I want people to know this story. I want people to know what happened. So I personally have always been a big fan of like stripped back, even like plays with music. Like, we're both really big fans of The Band's Visit.
Okay, love that show. What a great show that was too.
Yeah. So, but I do agree with you that it is hard to gather the right audience for it, more so than a big flashy Broadway show.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's gearing towards like the IPs, which is fine. Like Gatsby, everybody knows. Well, most people know of The Great Gatsby, and people know of like
Death Becomes Her.
Yeah, Death Becomes Her.
Mm-hmm.
Water for Elephants. I wish they would have done, bigger audiences. But you've got a lot of these big heavy hitters that are out there, and it just like when there's new work out there, I think it makes it so hard. Swept Away. They worked for 6 years to get that show on Broadway. Spent a ton of money, had a massive cast. It was incredible. It was a jukebox musical with Avid Brothers, and Amber, what was it, 21 shows they were in? Something small, right?
So, something like
Did you
that.
see it?
We
We
did.
wanted to see it so bad. Like, we're huge Avett Brothers fans.
Yeah.
We wanted to see it so bad.
I loved it.
Yeah.
The cast recording that's on Spotify is very much, if you've ever listened to the Hadestown cast recording, it's very similar to how you have like your monologues and stuff and content in between songs. I will also say Amber has there are slime tutorials. For those of you that don't know what a slime tutorial is, go ahead and look it up. I'm not a huge, if you can't see a show and the show's gone, then it's a good way to kind of carry that show on. But it was really wonderful, and we were actually Matt DeAngelis was supposed to be on the show tonight, who was in the cast, and he had to postpone because he's working on doing a reunion show for something else, and we'll be talking to him in a couple of weeks. So,
awesome.
So it was. Amber and I both loved it. We saw it at different times.
Loved it. I loved it.
Yeah. We the whole reason that we were going to go to New York was to see that.
Like, that was what started the New York trip.
And then we had to push our trip back because of the Home Alone show.
Right.
Yeah. And then it closed. I mean, we had a great experience anyway.
Well, I would say that your experience is pretty darn good. But
We had also tried to go to plan a trip to DC when it was in DC, and then to try to plan a trip up to Berkeley when it was at Berkeley.
I was going to say, you guys didn't see it when it was on the West Coast?
Right?
Yeah. Every time we tried, it was like there was something that came up, but we couldn't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling it'll come back soon. They're still doing the saloon sessions like every month, and those things are selling out in 20 minutes.
What are they? What is that?
Amber.
So that is the cast puts together. It's almost like a cabaret of sorts, where the cast does sea shanties and other musical performances. They go live on Instagram. If you can't get a ticket, I believe the Instagram that they're going live on is the Janice Jam.
Yeah,
at the Janice Jam. But they also have the saloon sessions at the saloon sessions,
and they'll always cross promote it through the Swept Away Instagram.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Or promote it on TikTok or something.
and it's so fun. It's just like a way for the cast to keep connected and the cast to continue performing together. While they're in between. Work.
We're so talented. And our friend Josh Breckenridge was supposed to be taking a break from Swept Away to go do Urinetown. And then when they found out, they're like, well, now I'm just going to Urinetown and not coming back to the show.
Yeah.
Right.
You can tell they're so sad about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They had special guests, I think, last night's saloon sessions. Your girl Amber Ardolino was there.
He was. Wow. She's everywhere nowadays.
She is everywhere.
I'm glad she was taking a break for a little bit. And she was taking
glad
a break.
to see her back. I'm glad to see her
back home with mom, and then was like, I need more theater. Yes, you do.
Yeah, I love that. All
what
right,
else is next?
More news. We had a coronation at 6 the musical. We had new queens announced at 6, which is so cute. I love how they have like a coronation. It's a cute little moment for them. We also had, this is actually huge. You know how I feel about that was me throwing my phone because I got so excited. You know how I feel about the Book of Mormon. I love the Book of Mormon. It's like a guilty pleasure of mine.
She literally yelled at the cast when they were doing the pop-up at Schmackery's. Did you guys get a chance to go to Schmackery's on your trip?
No, we didn't.
It's the official cookie at Broadway. It's right in the theater district. They did the death rattle cookies during Only Murders in the Building. They were featured in that show.
Gotcha.
And when we were there, a month ago, not even a month ago, Book of Mormon had their own cookie, and some of the cast was there, and Amber yelled at them.
I walked up to the counter and they were like, "Hi," and I was like, "Mm-mm."
Don't you mean hello?
They had one job.
I was like, I would really appreciate a hello. And he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. No. And I have
it on video.
I really needed that. Like, it made my day. But Book of Mormon is surpassing Rent to become the 11th longest running show in Broadway history, with 5,124 performances. Now they're probably up to like 129 performances by the time we're sharing this news.
But also to commemorate it, they sing Seasons of Love.
I know. Well, because they have 2 Rent cast members in their cast, which is amazing.
But also, I was talking to Jim about this today. Why I'm a Drowned Rat is I was very fortunate to go hang out with Jim Abbott before the Disney on Broadway concert series in the reign of Disney. But we were talking about it because he was, original Pitt at Rent and everywhere else. And we'll talk about that when he's on the show. But he's like a Rent head. And I was like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Book of Mormon is like surpassing and like did Seasons of Love. He's like, of course they did. That's so on brand.
I mean, it's a nice change from their usual pace at Book of Mormon, no?
I mean, they could have sang Hasadika Boy, but
That's what I'm saying. They usually have a little bit more edge. We also have Othello with opening their first preview tonight
with the Yonder bags, right?
Them with the Yonder pouches. They are using big drama all over the message board. Othello is using Yonder pouches.
Do you guys know what the Yonder pouches are?
No.
Okay, so it started
like bags you have to put your phone in.
I think Hamilton started it, didn't they?
I don't know.
There was something. So it's a bag you have to put your phone in, and it locks, and it pretty much will like block anything coming in or out. But then at intermission, you can actually get it unlocked, and then by the end of the show, you're able to like obviously get it unlocked and taken out, but like no phones.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm curious now.
Yeah.
I kind of love that.
Yeah,
I'm not like opposed to it. Like, if you're gonna implement a no phone policy, like go all out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Multi just called somebody out. Amber was telling me about that too. I missed the video.
Yeah,
somebody was like texting in the front row, and she like called them out during the curtain call.
Yeah.
Like I can't stand it in a movie theater, and like I couldn't imagine you pay so much money to go see these shows and you're on your phone.
Yeah.
Well, and it drives me crazy with like this. Like I don't have like an Apple iPhone, like an Apple Watch or anything like that. And like I kind of like get frustrated with it because I'm sitting in a dark theater and somebody's checking their time or they're sending a message. I'm like, guys, like turn the screen off. Or there's got like
every single time I go in, I put mine on theater mode. It's like part of my.
I was gonna ask. So I was gonna ask you yesterday. Is there a theater mode or is that like an app people need to download? Okay.
No, there is absolutely theater mode.
So people just suck.
Yes.
All right, what else is coming up?
All right, what else is in the news?
We haven't had like a Broadway news episode in a while. This is great.
I know, it has been a while.
And I'm glad that our friends are joining us. Are you guys having a good time so far?
We
Absolutely.
are.
Laura just like, is this almost done yet?
No, I have a lot more news. We can stop at news anytime because
I mean this is great. I literally like the way I told Benji, I was like, yeah, you guys just gonna hang out, we'll talk theater. He's like, okay. So this is good.
We had new photos dropping from Boop, which we, I believe, shared in the Boop group, which is the cutest thing to say. So make sure you're following all of our groups so you can be in the know when something's going on.
Oh, you mean like going over to our website, which is www.thebroadwayfanclub.com.
Yes.
We are on it tonight.
There you'll find things when new photos are announced, when there's extensions, like for Operation Mincemeat that was just announced.
Yeah.
They extended for 4 weeks when they like just began their run. They like barely started and they were like, oh, what's that? An extension on the horizon.
Right. My goal is to go. I'll be up Saturday night. So I'm hoping I'll be able to see Mince like that weekend, or I'll see it the following weekend.
We also had some crazy things happening in the gypsy world. Trifina Wade made her Mama Rose debut because it was supposed to be over the weekend, but it ended up being a couple days early because for whatever reason, personal reasons or illness, Audra McDonald was out sick.
Wasn't her like father-in-law's funeral?
I don't know if that was the reason that she needed to be out earlier if she, wasn't feeling well. But Trifina made her debut early. I heard she was incredible. I heard her Mama Rose is much different than Audra's, but I heard it's like very, very, if you can imagine it, raw, and which we both know because we saw Audra's is very raw. So
Audra's is raw, but there's no belting, and people like lose their minds. Are you guys Gypsy fans?
I'm not super familiar, but I know a handful of songs.
We're Audra fans.
We're Audra fans.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people, because it was billed Audra Gypsy, and a lot of people, especially like during Rose's turn, they're like, but she's not belting. And you're like, she's Audra McDonald. She doesn't need to belt.
Right.
She do whatever she wants.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you guys will make another trip back to New York. I am sure of it, and see a lot of each. I don't think Gypsy is going anywhere for a while. Like, they renovated the Majestic. They kicked my Phantom out, and renovated the Majestic for the show. I don't foresee it going anywhere. It's a classic. It's a classic run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We also had, this is some Romeo and Juliet news. They recouped.
Yeah, they did.
Which is very challenging to do these days in Broadway news. So that's very exciting for them. They also revealed they had the youngest average audience age in history.
And the most viral proposal.
Viral proposal. Sought after bootlegged moment of that push-up. Do you remember like in the beginning of the show when like everyone was trying to record that?
Yeah.
That was like the thing to do.
What did you guys think of Romeo and Juliet?
We loved it. Yeah.
I thought it was incredible. I mean,
really amazing.
Like so I'm like a Shakespeare nerd.
Same.
Yeah, and like I've seen Romeo and Juliet so many times, and like I've directed high schoolers doing it so many times. Cool. But like they made me hear things like it was the first time I was hearing.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. It was so good. And like
there's a lot of tongue in cheek with the players where it was very like 90s, early 2000s, and like the jug that they were like, I was just go on, Benji.
And it was it was funny. It was like
so funny.
Yes.
Romeo, like yes, it's tragic, but like there is a lot of comedy in there.
Yeah. The whole first act is written as a comedy.
Yes, it's so funny.
But I remember reading through Reddit, people were like, I don't understand why people are laughing. It's Romeo and Juliet. I was like, because it's a freaking comedy halfway through.
I thought like I was worried that I would be nervous and not be able to pay attention. But I was.
But you did good.
Yeah, I was just captivated the whole time by the performance. It was so good, and like the Capulet, Lady Capulet decision there.
Love that. I was a little worried about that too when I was like reading the casting. Like I was like, how is one person going to be both of these?
But
like,
they did so good.
Am I gonna get this? Like, is this gonna make sense to me? Yeah, made perfect sense.
Yeah,
and then the narrator wearing like 18 different hats was insane.
Yeah. The Capulet monologue in Act 2, like where he's shaming Juliet. Like I like had goosebumps. I was like, I was not breathing because I was like, so. Oh,
he looked at me at the end. He's like, "Whew." I was like, so
well, when you see a work of art that you really love and done in like a more unique way, like they definitely went for a younger demographic, which I think is fantastic. It drove that crowd. It's such an intimate. Now, I had never been in the Circle in the Square, and ever. And I was like, okay, what kind of theater are we getting into? And like Amber and I were like, oh God, where are our seats going to be? And like, we had the best seats. It felt so intimate, although it was 700 people as my ring light just starts to fall. I mean, I can only imagine like being on the center of that stage or like, there's a lot of people here, but it didn't feel like massive amounts of people. But I think that the the cast did a really phenomenal job of keeping up. I did hear, what was it, last week, where apparently someone on the crew was like, F this place, and like got really mad and people could hear it during the show.
Whoa.
Yeah, there was like a whole thing, and they're like, yeah, no, it was definitely like a crew member saying that, not the cast, which is good.
Yeah.
But
I heard that it was the night that I proposed.
I didn't hear that. The night you
somebody said, because like I was like checking the Broadway Reddit, and and I saw a post about it like the day after I proposed.
Whoa. I'm gonna have to Google this while Amber goes on to the next topic. Go on, Amber.
I could be wrong though.
No, I need to look right now.
Yeah, no, I definitely saw that too, and I was like, wow, that is pretty wild. The Operation Mincemeat Marquee has finally arrived. It was delayed by the tariffs imposed by China. I'm going to say China, like our lovely president. But they are up and running, and I've heard they look beautiful. I also really want to see that show. It is definitely on my list of shows.
Go on. This is the hardest thing to Google. Like, when did somebody curse someone out at Romeo and Juliet? I can't. It does not want to come up.
We also have some new cast members being announced in Great Gatsby, both here and in London. They have their full cast announced for the London run of Gatsby, which includes like Corbin Bleu, Jamie Moscato, like a very cool like round of people. And then here we also have Sarah Chase, who I believe is leaving as Myrtle and is being replaced by Lady Janeo. We also
This is why I let her do the news, because she is like able to rattle up everybody's name. It's really fantastic.
And Austin Colby will be joining as full-time Tom Buchanan. So that's very exciting.
Great. Yeah, we need to get to the... Have you guys been to the West End or only over to the Broadway side?
Yeah, we went to the West End. We saw... What did we see over there? We saw School of Rock.
Okay.
It's funny, like seeing School of Rock in London was funny. Watching all the British kids try to do American accents.
It's so cute.
Because, you know, usually you're used to American kids trying to do British accents. What else did we see over there?
I don't remember.
We saw 12th Night at the Globe. I think we only saw two.
I think we only saw two.
Yeah, because we had so much planned.
Yeah.
I can imagine. And you didn't choose that trip to propose? No, I was kidding.
Well,
I wasn't 30 yet.
I wasn't 30 yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I even remembered that detail.
Concussion. I have a concussion. Well, happy birthday also, by the way. I meant to say that earlier. That's a lot. Like, you hit 30, you get engaged, you're like, you make your Broadway debut. It's great.
The Broadway debut is so cool.
Yeah, and we also had just done our Taylor Swift show, and like we we were on ABC 7 like for the Taylor Swift show. So it's just like, I think this is like the most like
you're like I've
ever done.
It's like the coolest. Yes, you're like.
But I don't think. I mean, obviously, like it happened, but I don't think, Benji, you didn't go into it with like, oh yeah, we're gonna totally go viral with this. You're like, I'm gonna propose to my girlfriend.
Yeah, no, I just wanted it to be a big production.
Yeah.
Was it a big enough production for you?
Yes. I will say, like, going viral is something that will just like happen to us. Yeah. Like, this is not the first time.
Okay.
Usually it's for our Halloween costumes.
Go viral. We go viral, I think 5 or 6 years in a row for our Halloween costumes.
I've got to hear about this now.
It started with, we did Trunchbull and Matilda.
I saw that picture. You did send me that picture. Let me see if I can pull that up.
So it started with that, and then we did Eurovision, like the.
I love that.
That is turning into a musical, and I'm so excited.
So excited. We'll have to go together.
Great.
Yes, I want to be in it.
Yeah.
Like, but yes,
I'm like the spitting image of the Yaya Ding Dong guy, so it's like.
I
love that.
We're in love with Eurovision.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Eurovision too. Do you watch the real Eurovision?
We watched the last couple of years. Yeah.
I watch the real Eurovision like every year. I love the real Eurovision.
So fun.
It's so fun.
All right, hold on. Let's see. I'm pulling up these pictures so I can share. Amber, I sent them to you so I can just pull them up easier if my computer wants to work.
I assumed that's what you were
saying. You love technology, don't you? It's just like, oh, here, let's see. This should work this way. I'm like, yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. It's going to be one of these days.
No.
I really should not have gone to Disney in the rain. I'll be okay. All right, there we are.
Dang.
This is
love that.
Yeah.
That was.
It's just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and like you look like you're 12 years older.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had a lot of people commenting on it. Like, is this relationship okay? Like, is she?
Yeah. Is she old enough to date this man?
I think only like 3 years ago I started looking like an adult. Like this is just
that's hysterical.
That is so funny.
This adorable picture, and then we have this lovely photo.
Cute.
I know.
So cute.
Wedding that wasn't ours. Yeah.
But I cannot get over that dress.
Yeah,
love
gorgeous. Looking gorgeous.
Thank you.
And then this is like, I love it because Laura's like, boom, and Benji's like, I did it. And his eyes are closed.
I also like want to make an announcement to anyone who thinks that they might get proposed to remember to take off your Apple Watch because it's all I can see in every picture.
But
you feel like a spy kid.
Like AI editor, you can like
yeah. I'm thinking about it.
Or you just go with whatever company your watch is through and be like, hi, do you see the sponsorship that I should
An Apple sponsorship, I'm telling you.
Yeah. So we're gonna get Sonic and you said Apple Watch is Sonic and Apple.
Yeah. These are our sponsors.
Yeah. I mean you can what was her name? Sherry Shepherd from The View. Didn't she have like a fully sponsored wedding? Like everything was like in kind of
no idea.
I'm not above it.
Do we reach out to these companies? Like, how do we do this?
Apparently,
did it.
I had a really unique experience where like the Newsies just came, like the Newsies from Broadway just came and surprised Kara Lindsay in Disney last week because Kara had just announced that she has stage 2 breast cancer. And they like did this like massive surprise. But Tommy Bracco, who's one of the Newsies, is also getting married. And he and his partner have been sending invitations to like all sorts of companies. And they're sending like massive boxes.
I'm going to get the video. I'm going to find it.
Oh, you're going to find the Tommy video?
Yeah.
Why are you looking?
Do it. No, do it.
Do
it. You clearly have proven that you guys can go viral.
Yeah.
Did you find it, Amber? Did you?
Oh, I have to log in.
You're gonna give them oh no, you have to log in. How awful. Oh my god. You got it? Are you good?
I just have to figure out what
she has a smirk on her face because when I tell you, like, I think 5 or 6 companies at this point have sent them like massive care packages and
oh my gosh. I want that. We're gonna have to send
exploit your engagement for all it's worth.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
You're theater people.
I'm not above that.
No, absolutely not. Now, are you guys when you get married, are you gonna do California? Are you gonna have everybody do destination to New York? Are you gonna do somewhere else?
Probably California.
Yeah.
Slight question mark, but most likely, yeah.
Or are you gonna do you have like a theme? Are you gonna do like a Broadway theme or like a star-crossed lovers? Or are you just gonna be like, here we are, ta-da?
We don't know yet.
Yeah, we're not sure. All we know is it will probably be a bit of a production. Because nature.
I would be very disappointed if it was not a bit of a production.
We just don't know what yet. Like we have to have some, production meetings.
I can't get on my Instagram.
Oh no, is it like on the YouTube? On the YouTube, I feel like. Is it on the YouTube? Is it on the Book of Faces? Is it on his YouTube?
On the YouTube.
Oh my god. Here, I will literally just Google it. Well, the funnier part is that when I go live on Instagram, I have to like keep Instagram open. And for whatever reason, it always pulls up Tommy's Instagram.
It does, right?
Yeah. Is it doing it for you too?
No, it does that for you every time, though, right?
Every time. Like, I literally just type in IG and it's like, Tommy Bracco. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
All right, Amber, you entertain while I look for this video.
So let me entertain you. No. So we also have tickets upcoming in a couple of weeks to go see Redwood, the new Idina Menzel show, which we're very excited to go see.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see, Heather's already seen it, but I'm going to see Maybe Happy Ending for the
I'm
first
also
time.
going to be there.
I mean, you're going to be there, but you've already seen it. So, like,
yeah, but I'm so excited to see it again.
Yes.
Where I found the one from Pair of Thieves and Crumble.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Pause.
Where he's like crying. He's like, I'm so happy.
Yes, he starts off, I'm so
I
happy.
love Tommy Bracco.
I was like, I will take over more of your guys' time if you're okay with this so we can just share like random things. All right. Ready? Let me pull this back. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
A pair of thieves.
Crumble! I can't believe this. I'm so excited. Let's start with Pair of Thieves. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh! So many socks!
And thank you so much. Underwear. Oh, I'm telling you, these are the most comfortable socks. Underwear. Promise.
Like, look at what you could get if you send your wedding invitation to brand.
So cute. The material is just like really breathable, really thin.
Like they didn't get paid to do this. They just did a wedding.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I'm freaking out!
What? This is so exciting.
Wow.
2 in 1 day, too. I can't believe it. Another box. This is just going to be a video of me screaming. What? Bringing friends and family together over a box of the best cookies in the world. Stop it. A note. Thanks for writing to us and being Crumble fans. Also, congrats on marriage. We love you and hope you can get some Crumble to sweeten your day. We will. Thank you. Oh, we got a gift card. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
A gift card for Crumble cookies.
Oh, I love this. Obsessed.
And the shirts.
We needed that. We needed that. Love it.
And the
I will
sunglasses.
definitely be wearing these.
And the socks. And the beanie.
Oh, is this a game? What? Right up your alley. Crumble and Pair of Thieves, thank you so much.
So yeah, all you have to do is send your wedding invitation, like the extra ones that you print. You know what I mean? Like when you have those extra ones, when you're done, you just send those to like your favorite brands.
Wow.
We're gonna do that.
And then say a prayer.
Yeah.
And then you clearly know how to go viral very easily. You
Right.
We're also gonna invite Rachel and Kit to the wedding too. I don't know if they'll.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the goal.
I mean, we would happily attend nuptials in California.
Right.
We could do a podcast episode from the wedding.
Oh my god.
We are seeing Maybe Happy Ending on the 8th.
Yes. Oh yeah. Jeffrey Cohen had just said, when are you seeing maybe a happy ending? Have you guys, I know we're going over time and I apologize because we're just so happy to have you guys here. But yeah, we'll see it. I've already seen it once. I cannot wait to see it again. Have you guys heard much about it or what are your thoughts on it?
I just know that about Darren Chris.
Fair.
That's all I've heard about it. You know?
It's a very unique show. It's like a Korean show.
It was like the sleeper of the season. It really made a comeback.
When they got rid of their original social media team and they went on to another one is when it came back because people were worried it was going to close.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Now it's like sold out all the time.
Did social media alone bring it back? Wow.
Yes.
Not just social media. It got great reviews on Open.
It got great reviews, yes, but people weren't buying tickets. Just like Swept Away was getting stuff and then
right.
But,
So what I heard, I was talking to the program manager of Romeo and Juliet, and he was saying that was Swept
Humble
Away.
brag.
Well, because I asked about Swept Away because I was like, we really wanted to see that, and he was saying that men were loving it and women weren't as much, but men don't buy tickets, is what he was saying.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's surprising because I know a lot of women that went to go see it for the set design.
Yeah, I mean,
there were like 25 moving pieces on the set that were just perfectly designed.
Yes.
Just believe it. Yeah.
But hey, when I saw it before Heather did, and she was like, "What do you think about it?" And I was like, "I feel like it's like the guy version of Six. Like I feel like if you like wanted like a 90-minute like man show, like that."
Well, but especially because you guys said you're Avid Brothers fans, I think
that's
I will get the link to the slide tutorial if you're interested. In watching it. Yes.
Absolutely.
I think it'll be good. Is there anything else that we didn't talk about yet, Amber? I know that we're keeping everybody.
No, that's it. That's the list.
Look, you guys made it through and then some.
Right?
We kept up.
We did it. We did keep up.
You did. And you knew all the stuff and things.
Yeah.
You weren't like, what are they talking about? No. And we got puppy tax, which it makes me really happy.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, we are so happy for
I finally got to share the newborn kitten with everyone.
Yes.
It's first time on air.
Oh my god.
Yes, because you're not supposed to be technically touching it.
Well, I had to because mom was like, "Hey, let me
throw the baby." Well, see, now you guys have your first bean on air, and then
wow.
Is Toby going to be like the best dog walking down the aisle?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Yay.
We can't wait to hear the rest of his love story. Also, speaking of love story, definitely please go check out socials because that Taylor Swift thing sounds incredible, and we love to.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to give that a follow. Right.
So at my Lara Lara, and then at Era's Tour at Home, and then follow Benji because he's just fun. BENJIKUFS. But I mean, follow all of the above, and we are so honored that you guys were able to make some time with us. You're like superstars now. You are always welcome to come back and join us. It's an open door policy here at the Broadway Fan Club. Because you guys we're fans of yours. So let's just put it that way. Well, we love it because you did something special and out of the box and something a lot of people honestly are not allowed to do. So you use that insight and take full advantage of it. And don't forget to send those wedding invites out to every company you want to sponsor. And we'll start working on the Sonic side. As Shannon says, hashtag sponsored by Sonic.
Great. We'll give you the 10% fee.
Yeah.
Great. That's fine. Oh, free cherry limeade for life. Done.
Yes. All we need.
I love it. Well, guys, my dad just popped on. My dad says, "Hi, my daughters. Love you." Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. I'm adopted.
You're adopted, and I guess Lara and Benji are also the daughters now. It's like the daughters.
Love you too, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course. Anytime. Please keep in touch and let us know. We're going to keep up with your little chapters of love here. It's going to be the next great tragic romance, but not tragic at all. It's just going to be, everyone's going to be so
epic.
It's going to be epic. It's an epic romance. Epic. All right. Well, congratulations again. Show that ring up one more time.
Thank you. I have a long hand for some reason.
I mean, that's fine. Yes. I love just like Benji's face and like ring.
With the ring. Like you
That's
did
amazing.
that.
Amazing. I did that.
Yeah.
All right. I hope everybody has a great night and a great week. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Bye.
Bye.